right.
Starting to get used to the music. Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's episode of Your Daily Scrum. I'm professional Scrum trainer Ryan Ripley. That gentleman is professional Scrum trainer Todd Miller. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know, together we co-authored a book. I'm trying to decide what should we talk about, like for the intro. And we wrote a book, Fixing Your Scrum, Practical Solutions to Common Scrum Problems. That led to a daily show that you're watching now. We want to just help people with their questions, and hopefully they do a little bit better with their Scrum each and every day. That's why we publish each and every day. So Todd, today we're going to tackle a question straight from the comments. So I'm telling you, the comment section, it's really effective. If you have a question, drop it in the comment section. We're probably going to grab it at some point and turn it into a video. If you want to tell us how we're doing, give us some feedback. Are these videos helping? Comment section, again, is a great place to do it. Like and subscribe so you don't miss a single video. All right, that's all what the cool YouTubers say. So I think we're ready to actually answer a question, Todd.
We are ready to answer a question.
Is the Scrum Master role an entry-level job?
Loaded question.
Ooh.
I think there's a lot to talk about here.
Yeah, let's unpack this a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting because I've received a couple, specifically just last evening, I woke up this morning and I received a LinkedIn message with somebody asking me how can you break into the Scrum Master role position? How can you get a job if you've never been a Scrum Master before? And so I would say that you can. I think that you're perfectly capable of getting a Scrum Master job without experience, but I think where you concentrate your efforts is different, right? So I think that as a unexperienced Scrum Master, you're probably very likely limited to a lot of team-only interactions at first, right? As you're trying to navigate how you might facilitate the stances that you take, your capabilities of navigating organizational problems and removing organizational impediments. I think that, but I think you can build into that. I don't want to say that you can't, but on the other hand, I think of this Scrum Master as this organizational bad $, right? Like they are out there, they are solving tough problems. They're working with people. They're all over the organization. They're working with their Scrum team. Their Scrum team is humming. They're knocking out high quality product increments while they're trying to help redesign the organization, work with HR around titles and all this other stuff. So I said a lot, and I kind of threw spaghetti at the wall there at you, Ryan. What do you think?
You know, something that stuck, a strand of spaghetti that really stuck out to me is this idea that it can't be an entry-level job. I'm going to take a stand. I think for especially the people that are trying to get into being a Scrum Master who have never worked in an organization, who have never written code, who have never delivered product, you have a very uphill battle coming your way. And so my recommendation to people that are trying to get into a Scrum Master role, which I don't think is entry level, you need to slide into a team either as a developer, as a project manager, as a business analyst, take your skill set that you have today. If you're a developer right now, get yourself on a Scrum team and see if you can assist the Scrum Master or be mentored by the Scrum Master. If you're a business analyst right now, get your way onto a Scrum team, help that product owner out. You need to get yourself onto a Scrum team because the Scrum Master role is not entry level. Like I can't imagine being a Scrum Master having never either coded or worked in an organization or did some business analyst work or be a product owner. Look, your job is to support so many different people. You got to support the developers. You got to support the product owners. You have to be able to speak coherently to the organization about Scrum in terms that they care about. This is a very complex role. And to have zero experience day one jumping into it, what are you going to do? Right? How can you be effective? And that's the thing that keeps sticking with me. And I hope people correct me in the comments and they give me some good ideas here, because I just keep thinking the Scrum Master role is kind of that next step in your career. And actually, Todd, I see the Scrum Master role as being a progression to executive leadership. You know, I think the Scrum Masters of the world are the ones that we should be targeting for these executive leadership roles and the VP roles and eventually the C-level positions, because they understand so much about getting things out of the way, helping teams be successful, creating environments that teams can flourish in, And so, yeah, I'm stuck on this idea that it can't be the first thing you do. And someone's going to prove me wrong, but I think other skills have to be built up before we can really be effective here. What do you think? Have I just upset half the world?
No. So, I mean, I think I was trying to, when we first started, by the way, Ryan and I don't rehearse our episodes. We go off the cuff. This is what we really think and feel. Right. And I'm not sure that I was trying to justify it. I was trying to justify how a Scrum Master could start at level 1. Right. And when I say level 1, just Scrum team only, but that defeats the purpose of a Scrum Master. Right? I think I self-defeated the purpose of a Scrum Master when I was speaking at first. That, I mean, I started to think about when I got out of college and the way that I interacted with business folks or people from different departments, and just the first 5 or 6 years of my career without any experience, I was timid in approaching executives. I didn't know how to talk in a meeting. And this isn't to say maybe you're transitioning from one job to trying to bust into the software development field. I think you're right. I think that you can't bust into the software development field as an entry-level Scrum Master.
No,
I think you should learn an ancillary skill and get in that way with the goal of becoming a Scrum Master eventually.
And it doesn't have to be software development. It could be coaching. It could be facilitation. It could be project management. I started as a project manager, an old school waterfall project. Well, developer, project manager, Scrum Master, right? And then off into the executive world for a little bit. But it was not my first gig. And I see a lot of people struggle when they try to make it their first role. And so I hope people aren't too upset with us. Leave us your comments and stories below. Let us know what you think. But yeah, I would have to say to this question, no, it's not an entry-level job. I think this is the third or fourth reimagination of your career as you pick up the skills and the complex skills necessary to be effective in this role.
I stand by on that, dude.
All right. We found alignment. That's probably a good time to end the show.
Yeah.
But we do want to know in the comments what your thoughts are. So leave us your comments, leave us your questions. Maybe we'll come back and follow up on this. If we've ruffled some feathers, let us know how. And maybe we've got to come back and have another discussion. But for now, this is where we're going to leave it. Like and subscribe so that you can see when the next video drops. Check out the socials and the other videos below. There's 140 videos now. A lot of content out there, a lot of it that can hopefully help you in your day-to-day use of the Scrum framework. That is our goal, that each and every day you get a little bit better. And, along the way, we get a little better too. Your questions and comments are awesome. The community has been great. We really have learned a lot from all of you, and we just really appreciate that as well. For Todd Miller, I'm Ryan Ripley. Go out, do some great Scrum, learn some skills, level up, and we will see you tomorrow.